A new survey shows how President Trump won the American electorate in 2016. The voter study group asked voters about various economic and social issues. It found Hillary Clinton supporters were deeply liberal on both fronts. But the surprise was Trump voters, who were very conservative on social issues, were moderate on economic ones. Our next guest says that's the sweet spot in American politics and where presidential elections are won. We're joined by Frank Buckley, who recently wrote about the study in the Wall Street Journal. He's a professor of law at George Mason University and the author of a new book, The Way Back: Restoring the Promise of America. So Frank, tell us about this surprising discovery in this study in the sense that what you call the sweet spot in American politics.
Yeah, it's really surprising because Republicans have thought, oh, it's all about economics, and it's really not. I mean, on economics, we're pretty moderate, okay, and the party itself, the Republican Party, is pretty moderate. It's on social issues that it's kind of conservative. It's really fairly conservative. And I think that helps to explain not just, well, the election in general, but also the appeal to Catholic voters. They used to be called Reagan Democrats. Well, the point is we're not all that right-wing when it comes to economics, but we are on social issues pretty conservative. I mean, we're not, extreme in any sense, I think, but with respect to basic issues, we realize that there's a cultural war on, and Hillary Clinton's people were on the wrong side of that.
Well, maybe you could break it down a little bit more. What about specifically white Catholics? Because we know white Catholics, at least percentage-wise, helped to elect Trump.
Yeah, absolutely amazing. The Catholic vote, basically the swing constituency, was +7 for Trump. White Catholics were +23. And what we're talking about is Pennsylvania, Ohio, Michigan, Wisconsin, and that was the election. So basically it was the white Catholic voters in those states, the Rust Belt states, who did it for Trump.
So it wasn't just that Catholics also appealed to Republicans. You also say Democrats kind of gave the back of their hand to Catholic voters in principal bloc of the swing states. How so?
Well, Tom Perez, for example, says people who have pro-life views don't belong in the Democratic Party. Well, thank you very much. I mean, look, they're saying Catholics are not welcome in the Democratic Party. We used to think it was Republicans who said that, right? But not anymore.
In your view, then, what is the way forward, then, for Democrats and Republicans looking forward?
Well, for Republicans, it's pretty easy. It's pretty much stay the course, particularly with respect to social issues. But the thing is, here's the thing about the Democrats. I don't know what their way forward is because they're so deeply entrenched in identity politics, in abortion rights and the like. I don't know how they can get out of it. And that's all their leadership. I think before anything changes, they have to spend 40 years in the desert.
What about Republicans' chances of uniting, noting that Congress has been so split on the issue of repealing and replacing Obamacare?
Well, for that you can, blame the authors of our Constitution, right? That's what we got.
Division is kind of part of it, right?
It's part of it, right? And you sort of hope that in the end people get their act together. That was Winston Churchill's famous line. Americans always do the right thing in the end, but only after they've tried everything else.
Makes sense. Been consistent over the years. Frank Buckley, professor at the Scalia Law School at George Mason University and author. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much.